Welcome, newcomers and true believers alike. This is the Countdown to Doomsday, an MCU watch along podcast packed to the brim with thrills and chills, twists and turns, and more supervillains than you can shake 10 very real magic rings at. I'm your host, Jake, and as always, I'm joined by my co host, Sammy. She's been to the magical kingdom and returned safely from Avengers Land. But now our
Did.
boiler's broke. Hi, Sammy.
Swings and roundabouts.
Yeah.
Hi. Yeah, that's the reason why we missed a week because I totally forgot I was on holiday. I was actually in the land of Disney when we were meant to be recording. And I totally forgot about it until a few days beforehand. And I was like, oh,
Yeah. And if
whoops.
you record a podcast in Disneyland, it's legally theirs, so we thought we better not.
Oh, I'm not having the mouse touch it. Especially if it's a Marvel one as well. Like, that's even worse.
Oh yeah, they would hate us.
Yeah. But we're here for Shang-Chi and the
It is.
Legend of the Ten Rings.
It's my birthday today as well, and I
I
get
was just going to
10
say
rings.
that. As of recording, it is Jake and Paul's birthday today. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, thank
Also,
you.
fun fact, you share a birthday with Alan Moore.
Ooh, that probably explains a lot about me, Paul and Alan.
Yeah?
We have grumpy hot takes. Also, Kirk Hammett of Metallica and Alex Navarro, who is a podcaster I very much look up to. So there you go. Got a
Oh,
murderer's row of
you do. That's a good one. Mine is Harrison Ford
oh, good one.
and oh my gosh, why can't it? Patrick Stewart. Sir Patrick Stewart.
Oh, that's why you're queen of the nerds. Illustrious birthday. Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
Shang-Chi is
Yes.
not a character I've ever heard about and not one I was looking forward to when it came out, but it's pretty good. That was a pretty
It's
good present to watch this.
it was really good. So I want to do the disclaimer and then we're going to
Mm-hmm.
crack on open The Legend of the Ten Rings.
Mm.
So, everything discussed in today's episode is our opinions, and it's our opinions alone. And if you'd like to discuss anything from today's episode, please come and join us on the Nerdy Up North Facebook group, the Nerdy Up North Discord, or comment section where we can have an open discussion. But what we won't have is anyone coming for us and telling us our opinions are wrong, because we can all agree to disagree in fandom. So, let's keep it fun, keep it kind, and keep the toxic behavior out of nerdism.
Excelsior, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so development notes. I think you might find this quite interesting.
Ooh,
So, this has been in production since the early 1980s.
that's insane. Go on.
Yes, so Stan Lee wanted to do a either film or television series based on the character of Shang-Chi. And he was in talks with a certain Linda Lee
Oh, okay.
to have her son, Brandon Lee, be the star. Because
Yeah.
if you didn't know, the inspiration for Shang-Chi was actually based on Bruce Lee.
I did get some Bruce Lee in the fighting style, in this film, so I can see that.
From the Paul Gulacy, who was the drawer of Shang-Chi in the 70s, he based
Mhm.
his whole look on Bruce Lee for the Master of Kung Fu comic books. So yeah,
Cool.
it doesn't happen, obviously. And in the early 2000s, this is again picked up to go on and do another Shang-Chi try. It doesn't work. 2003, DreamWorks pick up some form of rights, but then lose them. Ang Lee joins a project in 2004 to do something with Shang-Chi. Again, nothing materializes. September 2005, Marvel actually get the rights back. Whatever rights that were distributed out are now back. And Avi Arad was going to do something with it, but it just, again, it never materialized. It has a long history of things being put out there and then things being taken away
Yeah.
until 2018. when it was fast tracked to be part of Phase 4, is
Mhm.
that right? Um, to have its first ever Asian lead.
That's pretty
And
cool. It's like I said, it's not one that I've ever heard of or come across in, other Marvel properties or like team up comic books. Like maybe I
no,
have seen him, but he's never been like a character that's popped out or talked from what I can remember in anything I've
only
read.
the only thing I can think of is when I used to read a lot of Iron Fist. I love Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Danny Rand was I just fell in love with them, and I was devastated by the TV show. That was horrible. Um, but yeah, he's never really crossed my paths in a major way.
So,
Um,
but
mm,
it's quite similar to Iron Fist
very.
in a few key ways. So
I
I'm
love
not
it.
really I'm not really sure. I'm not an old enough comics fan to be an expert on all of these characters from this kind of era or like area of Marvel. But it
Just
almost
Legends of Dragons.
yeah
That's the
it feels like it was a bit of a make good on Iron Fist where they were like, oh, we're gonna do a redo on that, and this time it's gonna be pretty great.
what they're really trying to do, because Shang-Chi comes from a line of comic books that was very stereotypical of the
Yes.
time. And
Yeah.
the oh gosh, what's his name I can't think of his name. I will get to it in a second. But the so when the writers come in for this, it is a
Mhm.
all Asian American team that lead this entire project, which
Yeah. And
is
it shows.
yeah, and it's very much the same style as what Marvel did for Black Panther. They wanted to make sure that, whatever wrongs would be written right, and that's what
Mhm.
the writers really looked at. They looked at they loved the story of Shang-Chi, so they didn't
Yeah.
want to take that element away, but they just wanted to make sure that all those stereotypes were removed and a genuine story was put out there. So
Yeah. Yeah.
the character of Wenwu is an adaptation of, oh God, what's his name?
Is
Why
it
can't
just
I?
is it just the Mandarin? Is that what
Well,
he's
it
called?
is the Mandarin. Yes, he is a formation of the Mandarin. But it's oh God, what's his name? It's so annoying. Um, because they don't like to use it anymore.
Don't know if I can help
Um,
you.
oh my God, this is
There's a part in
so.
this movie where he says he goes by a few names,
Yes,
but it's like,
that is not one of them that is used. They've
okay,
really, really tried to stay away from it. Um,
because he says the Warrior King or Master Khan. Like,
mhm. And they are genuine alliances of his as well.
yeah, yeah.
Um, no, I'm not even going to attempt to say it.
Okay.
Because I can't. Because I'm trying to. Do you know what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to get Raj from Big Bang in my head because he says it.
Oh, okay.
Um, no, that's not it either. Fing Fang Four.
Yes, I've heard of that. There's also a dragon, isn't there, called like
Fing
Fing Fan
Fang
Foom or
Foom.
something.
Foom is the dragon. It's something along those lines, but I
Yeah,
am just going to end up butchering it. So, yes, they really wanted to kind of stay away from that side of things. And they wrote a
yeah,
really good story about um, Asian families, loyalty, grief. So, they really accompanied the Asian culture within this movie.
yeah. It reminded me a lot, like this viewing of Ms. Marvel when it was like very much like a family story, like
Hmm.
the TV show of Ms. Marvel,
Yes.
where you got a lot of the traditional family stuff and some stereotypes which were like or the pushy parents or the overbearing parents, but they didn't do it with like hate. Like I know the characters got a bit annoyed at the parents being like, when are you going to get married type of thing, or
Yeah.
like, oh, we've set out a place for our to like honor your father type of thing. um but they very much did it with love, even though they were sort of
Yeah.
referencing and making the characters a bit annoying. You could tell it
Yeah.
was like with love. It was nice to see.
Should have just scrolled down my notes because I found it all now. Um,
Don't worry.
yeah, so the father, so in the night in the when Shang-Chi comes out in the 70s, his father is Fu Manchu. And
Right,
there's
okay.
and there's a lot of stereotypical Asian character built within Fu Manchu that they really wanted to stay away from. So they
Yeah.
pulled Wenwu out of some aspects of him, but not fully recognized as how you would see him in a comic
Yeah.
book.
If nerds are watching but don't know what we're talking about, cast your mind back to Kill Bill Volume 2.
Yeah,
Her master is very much that kind of stereotype of the
yeah.
sort of the martial arts guy. Think like Shang Tsung, or is it Lopan from
hmm
was it Big Trouble Little
Little
China?
China, yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
That kind
Yeah,
of that kind of stereotype.
yeah. I've got a few of his differences between from comic to movie, and the
Yeah.
father one is one of them. Um, and there's a few that I'll probably just jump in and out of.
Also his rings were on his fingers, if I remember right.
Yes, also he can duplicate himself.
Yeah, I think that in the comics, I think the 10 rings have sort of 10 different magical powers. It's more like along those kind of lines.
hmm
Um, but I think from reading it, they're still sort of possibly alien in nature, so that part is
Not
possibly like adapted.
not truly explained properly at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, no, not
Um,
really.
left up to interpretation by the end of
Yeah.
this movie. It felt very cosmic-y. But
It yeah, it feels the same as Ms. Marvel's bangle
yeah,
thing, but
but
different.
I
But
feel like this is a character that they can get away with doing this with,
yes.
as in kind of rebuilding a new story because he's essentially not been seen since the 70s in when martial art comic books were at their highest.
Yeah, yeah. And there's a lot of those like, those type of action movies going around. But
hmm
so yeah, this story starts out with the titular legend of the Ten Rings. That's the first sort of thing we see.
Yeah.
Um, and it's a very much like Disney's Mulan type looking
My
battlefield.
God. The cinematography in this movie is absolutely breathtaking. They really, really did their homework when it
Oh yeah,
came down to set pieces and the design work that they used and the elements as well. There's a lot of Asian elements in there, the water, wind, fire,
yeah.
um, the use of bamboo. It's all perfectly placed together and so magical as well.
And I think they use like the full color palette as well. Like it's not just
No.
yeah, it's
And
not just your classic Marvel looking thing.
it's so bright, it's so vibrant. The reds are red, like really,
Yeah.
really red.
Because
Um,
thinking
yeah.
about it now, Marvel's been kind of dull for a little while. Like, in the sort of looks department.
Oh, look at what
Um,
we just came off the back of.
yeah, Black Widow, which was very grounded.
Mm-hmm.
And Spider-Man even, there was like not that much colorful
Mm-mm.
guys. It was,
No. As a
his suit was
palette, it was
black for most of the movie.
that is the palette, and it's not exactly
Yeah.
the sharpest, but this one, like your eyes are afflicted in such a good way. And
Oh yeah.
I know there's a few moments of what we looked at as janky CGI. It doesn't distract, and the edit cut is so, I think, a lot better than what I've seen in some films.
Yeah, I think the only part where it gets a bit distracting is like the sort of very end battle and stuff, but
Yeah,
that's just because they were trying to go like the extra mile on like
there
what
was
the stakes.
yeah, there was a lot going on in that one.
Yeah. Um
Yes, so
so yeah,
we introduced to the Ten Rings.
yes, and it's like it's this very mysterious thing of like, oh, the warrior king, like, and he's like the immortal warrior king who's been like going throughout history, and he has these magic rings, and it's like the sort of they're like on his arms, but then they like pop off and like surround him so that you can just ride through all of the arrows and stuff. It's really cool. And then
The use of
yeah,
them are brilliant.
yeah, oh yeah, like that as well, the just the creativity in the action scenes with all that
Hmm.
stuff. I'm like, I don't know how someone figured this all out in their brain to put into like
Yeah.
CG, but yeah, I could never have done it.
Well, this is also this is a lockdown movie.
Oh my god, yeah, that's I definitely didn't see this at the cinema. This
No,
probably was like a
we all watch this on Disney Plus.
oh, so it didn't even hit the cinema at all.
I don't even
Okay.
think it hit the cinema. I remember because Nerdy Up North was in its
Mhm.
first year. When did it come out? 2020,
Um,
2021? Is that when we started? That's when we
yeah,
started? Yeah?
we're in 2021 still in the movies. Yeah,
I think I think Nerdy Up North started 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Yeah, 2021, and we started in the April. This came out around about now.
yeah. Um,
Um,
and I remember like it's quite memorable, the film, I would say. Like as far as like I didn't remember like bits of dialogue really, but scenes wise, like visually it's very memorable. Like I don't think there was anything that totally caught me by surprise that I totally forgot about. I was like, oh yeah, I remember like the scaffolding bit, the bamboo bit, like um
some of the plot I forgot about, but what I do
oh
remember
definitely.
is absolutely falling in love with the guy, Simu Liu,
Mm.
and I always have to look at her name to be able to see it. Aquafina. Um,
Yeah, yeah, I hadn't really seen her before this.
this is the first time I'd seen Aquafina in anything, and since then she's so good. Like she's so
Yeah,
funny. She knows what role she's there to play. She's not daft. She's not trying to be something she's not.
yeah,
She's just genuinely funny, and their relationship was just lovely. He wasn't just their only pick. They found it really hard to cast Shang-Chi. They
yeah.
had such a look that they were going for, and everyone was just not passing the test. He came back. He was there about 4 or 5 times on screen testings because they just couldn't quite make their mind up. And it wasn't
Mm.
until he met Aquafina and their chemistry, and they went, "Oh shit, we've just found out Shang-Chi. He's
Oh,
been here the whole
that's a good
time."
way to do it. Just like not based on just looks or anything.
Aquafina was the first person to be cast in this movie.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, obviously, you've got a returning person, a couple actually. You've got Wong, you've got Ben Kingsley as Trevor Slattery, who
yeah.
loved
I
him.
I forgot he was in it completely. That was something I totally forgot.
Yeah, I absolutely loved him.
And technically,
So
Michelle Yeoh is a returning Marvel character because she is in Iron Fist
no,
and
that didn't happen, Jake.
Daredevil.
That just doesn't happen.
Is it Madame Wu or something like that? The sort of
Yeah,
the evil leader of the hand. Um,
let's
but
just
yeah,
leave
so
that.
we meet we basically get a bit of the backstory. It's like the mother telling the story to the child,
Hmm.
and we sort of hear a little bit of like that was that your father was the last person I thought I'd fall in love with because he kind of he is about this mythical land and he's like I'm gonna find the dragon land. I want the magic because I I'm really strong and I've been
Because
leading things forever, but I want a little bit more.
yeah, but because you know what this whole magic godlike complexion that I've
Yeah,
already got isn't enough. I want something extra.
yeah, and then the woman we meet is like, no, you're not coming in the secret village, get lost, and like
Oh,
beats him in a fight.
don't they have the most beautiful fight? Very
Yes,
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon inspired. It is
yeah,
a stunning fight.
it always looks good when they do that thing where they sort of trace a path with the foot and then the leaves sort
Mm.
of like swirl around them. Yeah, it's great.
So many
Um,
different styles of martial arts being used within this
yeah.
movie, and every single one of these actors and actresses learned it.
Oh, amazing. But so like, yeah, we're sort of told that's our hero's origin. He's the product of a bad man and a nice woman. And like,
But was he a bad man? Like he's one of Marvel's better villains because he's
yeah,
so complex. Because he's got something in there for how many years of his life he managed to put them rings aside to become the family man. And if
yeah.
what happened to his wife didn't happen, he would still be that family man.
Yeah. And I guess we're to assume the rings give you unnaturally long life because he's
They must do because he's like 10,000 years old.
so that means our little Shang's gonna gonna live forever as long as he doesn't
Good.
take them off.
Did you get a chance to watch Marvel Zombies?
No, not yet. Is he in that? Like,
He's in that with
oh,
Aquafina with Katie. Spoilers.
yeah.
They share the rings.
Ooh, that's fun.
She wears five and he wears five. I mean, this is just in a alternative
Yeah,
universe.
yeah,
But yeah, they share the rings. So they, which I think is when I saw it, I was like, oh God, that makes so much sense, especially with their relationship. How why would
yeah,
they not? Why would he not share that? It's he doesn't need them all, and he at least he knows
yeah,
that she's safe. So yeah, in the Marvel Zombies, they share five
yeah.
rings each.
And I guess we don't know the full mechanics because like his mother sort of counters them and sort of pulls them off, and they all swirl around her at some point, and then she like shoots them back,
Yeah.
and it's like,
So they're not
yeah,
loyal.
yeah.
They're not a loyal thing. That's for damn sure. And
Maybe it's
also
like a energy
oh,
thing if you're better
could
at
be,
energy manipulation, all
could
that
be,
fun
because
stuff.
if you notice when they hit her, they change color. The
Yes,
same way they
yeah,
did with Shang-Chi too.
yeah.
But they
It's
went back to being blue when they went with him.
like an evil blue flame.
Mm.
So yeah, then we basically get thrust into the present day, and Shang-Chi wakes up, does all his press ups, looks all sexy, and then
Looks
he's off to
buff as
work.
shit.
He
There was
looks massive,
He
doesn't he?
looks huge. Yeah, he's off to work with his best friend Katie, who
Yeah,
they've had this 10-year relationship, like friendship,
yeah,
which is just a beautiful friendship. And I love the fact that there was no romance ever. Like I know the grandma joke, but it is
yeah,
very much because they're probably with each other all the time.
yeah,
And it's crazy how smart these two are. Like she has a degree from a really pristine college. He could speak like multiple different languages,
because
and
he's an assassin.
this is when we the train scene when the train scene happens. I just went, did he know he could do that?
I know kung
And it's like,
fu.
yeah, and it's like it's not the Matrix. It's not Neo waking up in the Matrix.
It's yeah, I do like how they frame this though, because like we get a bit of their backstory, and
Yeah,
it's like four friends around the dinner table, like reminiscing about the old days and the stuff they used to get up to.
yeah,
And it's a good framing device. It's not just the characters for no reason telling us the backstory, like going like, well, remember when I did this with you? It's like
yeah.
it's a conversation
It's
you
a
would have at a bar when you're like retelling stories and that.
But it's a funny way that they do it. They
Mhm.
finish each other's sentences.
Yeah.
They compliment each other, but they also it's the same way that on when he's explaining his backstory later on, and then it kind of cuts to them two talking.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I liked how they did it. I did like that way of
Definitely.
explaining themselves.
And then like the one friend is just like it. Yeah, well, I grew up and got a job and everything, and it kind of gives them a mini wake up call. But then the
Not
sort of
really.
yeah, like they leave and they're like,
And
oh, I know, she doesn't know what she's talking about, and then they just go to karaoke for a bit.
just end up passing out.
But yes, the bus scene is such a good like fight, and it goes on for like longer than you would think it's going to. It keeps on surprising you, it keeps
Yeah.
on escalating. Um, but yeah, we do get some sort of random goons. One of them named Razor Fist, which is kind of like
Oh my
Taser
God, it's like
Face.
Taserface. Oh, amazing. I was saying, Anth, is that him? Because you remember when I meant, oh God, it was ages ago. I think it was Guardians of the Galaxy,
Right.
where I mentioned that one of the alternative casting was him from Big Bang Theory who played Penny's boyfriend. I was like,
Yeah.
is that him? And I was like, no, no, no,
Not
it's not.
quite.
No, no,
It's
it kind of looked like him a little bit. But yeah, Wenwu sends his assassins to retrieve his son's pendant, something that he was given
yeah.
to by his mother. What we missed at the beginning is that Shang-Chi, who is going by the name of Sean, which is
Yeah.
absolutely hilarious when Katie breaks it down, but also has a sister whose name, I'm really sorry, I can't pronounce it.
Oh, yeah, no, I wasn't sure. Because also they use like, I don't know if it's called an honorific in Chinese, but
The
when,
X.
yeah, they sometimes say like a bit before their names as like an
That's
introduction thing. But um, yeah,
Eileen. I think it's Eileen. I'm not
yeah,
sure, and I
or like
don't want to
Shaoling
offend.
maybe or something, maybe. But
Maybe, and I don't want to offend. So I'm just going to refer to her as his sister.
yeah,
You know,
she
this is her
probably,
only film. She hasn't
I
done
can,
any other films.
yeah,
She hasn't done any telly. she had a couple of bits in theater, and that's it. This is her only film.
Oh, she's pretty good. Makes
If
a
she
good
doesn't,
impression.
if she doesn't have a career as a Star Trek villain, I will be shocked as shit.
Yeah, I can see that. So yeah, this Razor Fist guy has like a vibro sword, I guess we'll call it, where it's like just chops through everything like butter.
But
Including the bendy bus that they're on. I don't know if anyone else in the world calls it that, but that's a very much
that's what it
northern
looks
thing.
like. It looks like a bendy bus.
You can get one from Gateshead Station to the Metro Centre. There's a local reference. Um, and what we've always wanted to see what happens when it splits in two, and you get to see that in this movie. It's great
Yeah.
though how he's trying to like save the people on the bus, but there's that guy who's like, "Hey guy, it's your boy doing his live stream," and he's like,
It's
he's like,
always one.
he's like, I took some karate classes in school, so I'm gonna try and rank the break down this fight for
Oh my God.
doing this crappy live stream.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like Shang fights them off pretty easily, but he also has to like try and save the people on the bus at the
Yeah.
same time.
At the shock of Katie, who has no idea this side of him at
Yeah,
all.
because the,
Uh,
the 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 joke earlier that she was defending him in fights in school,
mhm.
like with people picking on him.
Yeah, and now she was like, "Look at him. Does he look like the type of person who would fight?" And then just brings out these absolutely amazing martial
Yeah.
art moves. Like, oh my God, they are. That fight scene is breathtaking. But that was the moment I went, "Does he know he can do that?"
He had you fooled as well. Um, no, like that is a trope sometimes, though, isn't it? Where it's like I didn't know I could fight, but it's in here all
Yeah,
along, type of thing.
yeah. But then you get the backstory that he did, and he was
Yeah,
trained by the best of the best.
yeah, and so
So,
like he does fight them off pretty handily, but because of the distractions and the bus falling apart and stuff, and them having to take over the driving and
there's a
so
lot.
he does get the magic necklace stolen off him just like
Yeah.
right at the last second. And that's
And
sort of our
then,
first link back to the father when we sort of see the ten ring sort of, I mean, I guess we would assume this is what happened, but you see them all
yeah,
getting in a car together and being all shady.
but that and the fact that he says there's a whole lot of hurt coming for you and your sister.
Yeah, yeah. And he has a postcard from her, he thinks. And that's another part of the trickery and mystery that we get to
Yeah.
soon. This movie wastes no time though, does it? Like
No, it
we're
doesn't. It gives you a little bit of them and then
yeah.
we're straight into the story. Oh, we've
And
got
now
the initial backstory.
yeah, and now we're on a plane and it's go time. Like, we're on the adventure just
Yeah.
immediately.
But we do get the story of Sean who
Yeah.
and his upbringing and how he was trained once his mother died. He was trained as an assassin by his father. When he went to go and do his first job, he couldn't do it, and he
Mm,
ended up, because of the shame, which is a very Asian thing.
yeah.
Like, yeah, he didn't come back. And he left and he started a new life, and for some reason thought changing his name to Sean would be different from Shang.
And she can't even really like hear the difference. Like he's like, so what is your name? It's like Shang. She's like, Shan, like,
She's like,
because
you
like,
thought it would be fine to change it from Shang to Sean.
and like, I think we've already established that she doesn't really speak Chinese or anything. It's like she's
She could
just
understand it because she understood her grandmother.
yeah, like enough to get by. But that's
Hmm.
very common as well with like kids raised in America that can't be bothered to like learn the family
Yeah.
language if they don't have to.
If they no, if
Very
they don't if they don't need to.
yeah, very very realistic. And yeah, like this was the moment where I was kind of like, yeah, this is like visually not what we've seen at all in the
Mm-mm.
MCU so far, and it's really really good for it. But yeah, he sort of finds his way to the Golden Daggers Club sort of by accident, um, and accidentally signs himself up for something while he's in the
Yeah.
elevator going
Doesn't
up.
really know what he's signing, but he signs it.
Yeah.
He's looking for it's an address he was given by his sister. It was on the postcard.
Yes.
Because he's like, you asked us to come here, and she's like, I don't ask you to come here. But before all that, he gets told that what he just signed up for was a fight.
Yeah, the main event fight, and he's like, "Oh, you're what's he call him, bus guy or something?"
Bus guy, because the video of him on the bus went viral.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you noticed in some of the tanks of the fight, because it's a fight pit.
Oh yeah,
Um,
we love a gladiatorial
the
fight pit over here.
only one I could recognize was the Extremis, the Iron Man 3
Yeah,
Extremis.
that was interesting, wasn't it? Because like that guy
Hmm.
might explode.
Yeah. I was like, oh, sugar. But then we see the a match before the main event.
With some big stars in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Wong is inexplicably there. And who's he
And
fighting? Our favorite abomination.
Blonsky!
Yeah.
Did you like the design work on Blonsky? Because I loved it.
Yeah, it was like they'd done some nice touch up, but then it also made him more like his comic counterpart with like the fins, more
And
fins. Yeah.
like actual like realistic proportions as opposed to what we
Yes.
got in the Hulk, where it's like that is totally that your rib cage would never be like regardless of like how monstrous you want to make it, like it's not. Oh yeah, go and watch our Hulk episode for our amazing talk on monsters. But I absolutely adored the work that was put into, and especially when he hits the floor and his face, the movement of
Yeah.
his face and everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, because Wong makes him punch himself, doesn't he? Because he's like,
Hmm.
he just puts a portal out and his fist goes right through and back
But
into his own face.
it's just for sure because when they're at the end of the match and you see them in the training room just before Wong makes them go away, like through his
Yeah.
magic portal thing, he's like, maybe we should learn how to, block punches like we've been training to do. So this is something
Yeah.
that Wong does for fun.
So timeline wise, I don't know where this sits in relation to the She-Hulk
Mm.
TV show, because in that he has transformed back into his human form. Whether he can control it or not, I don't know. Um, and he's sort of running a fake wellness getaway scam on people.
I
So he's not a
I
nice guy,
he's
but
not,
I
but
don't know why
he's
Wong was training him or how that came about
It's not
either.
even it's not even mentioned any other time. Shang-Chi literally does fall after the events of Endgame. It is mentioned in the conversation that we're living in a world where, you could blimp out
Yeah.
at any minute and
Oh
you
yeah.
kind of need to grow up and
And then She-Hulk, regular Hulk, is chilling on an island, away from everyone. So
I
I
I don't
think
know
that
if
would
they've
be in the
got
future.
yeah, I don't know if they've got everything all figured out by this point because
No.
we get a certain cameo of someone who looks very different from the last time we saw him and very different than what we see him in She-Hulk. So they
Yeah, that's
certainly
true.
don't have him figured out at all.
They're not allowed to. They're not allowed to make Hulk standalone movies, apparently, which is
No.
really stupid. But yeah, so and Blonsky doesn't talk, so I don't think
No,
Tim Roth wasn't here for
it's
this.
no, and who cares? The what we got was I thought was great.
I love it. Yeah,
I liked it.
this is what I miss about comics, where you can just randomly walk up and see a different character because they don't have to hire a multi-million-dollar
No,
actor to
no.
show up.
And it was always Doctor Strange for me. He always appeared everywhere.
Yeah, yeah, he does have a link to the Hulk and stuff, but yeah, I like it. Wong, I'm always happy to see that guy
Yeah.
doing his thing. But yeah, so Shang gets put in the main event, and they're like, take your shirt off. So we get the money shot.
I love the fact that she's like, "Where's your top?"
He looks really awkward as well, doesn't he?
He
He's like, I
looks
don't
really
know.
uncomfortable. Like, I don't know. I don't like this.
And then yeah, it turns out his sister is you know pretty much top tier in the, the whole martial arts field.
Yeah,
She pretty much kicks his ass.
pretty much. But he's trying to tell her at the same time that
Yeah.
Daddy's coming. She's not interested. She's incredibly bitter, and quite understandably.
Yeah, once we get the backstory, because yeah, she beats him technically. Turns out Katie bet against him, so she's
It's
got
like,
a wad of
where
cash.
did you get all that money? And he's like, what money?
And then we get her side of the backstory where
Hmm.
Shang basically left on that mission and never came back, sort of thing.
and never
And
came for her and left her
yeah,
on her own with a father who, you know, she was she wasn't him. She's not the son. She
yeah,
was pretty much ignored. She even says to Katie at one point, just stand still. You'll not even notice you're there.
yeah, because I think she alludes to or says it directly that her dad basically said, "I can't look at you because you remind me too much of your mother," type of thing,
Yeah.
which is a very common thing that happens in grief situations.
Yep. The
And yeah,
kids,
so she had to like train on her own and wasn't taught, but had to like learn
no.
through watching all the martial arts and stuff.
Oh, there is a line that she says that I absolutely love when she says that my father wouldn't allow me to be a part of his empire. I
Mm,
built my own.
yeah,
I was like, oh,
and hers is
yeah.
cooler. Hers has cool live stream fights with sumo
Yeah.
wrestlers
She
and
she
stuff.
she made she made she looked like she was making out.
They basically
But
made Street Fighter
pretty
the
much.
World Warriors tournament.
But
Yeah,
she makes it clear that she didn't send that postcard. He's literally
yeah.
been he's lured the Ten Rings organization to her, which is true because they end up showing up and then proceeds with another epic fight scene that happens on a scaffolding set.
It's so good. But it's your classic bait and switch of like, I didn't send that postcard. And then
Hmm.
the scary mask guy is there who was like the second in command trainer who would like, hit them with sticks and that.
Yes. Yeah.
And they're a piece of work as well. And yeah, like you were saying, they run out on the scaffold, and then you get people doing like flips on all of the bamboo scaffolds, like flying up and down, like dropping through and like landing on planks and like smashing out windows. It's
Pretty
absolutely crazy.
pretty spectacular. Um, but it's only Katie and Shang-Chi at the time,
Yeah.
and then his sister comes in and joins at the last minute.
Yep. And saves Katie from a death drop right at the last second. And that's when she like enters back in. He's
Yeah.
just like it like he's like, "Why'd you run away?" And she's like, "I was annoyed at you," type of thing. Like, but she
No,
must
now
have
you know how
changed
it
her mind.
feels like.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so
um,
they do end up having this epic fight, but then Dad comes and ruins the party.
he does, but we get that classic cool scene of like where the windows smashed and there's a helicopter outside lighting the fight with like spotlight, and
Oh, it's honestly it
it's
is
cool.
spectacular. It is a spectac. All the fights in this are spectacular.
And he nearly kills the trainer. He looks like he's going for it, and then his
Hmm.
dad stops him. Um, and yeah, that does kind of come into play later.
Yeah. But he has quite an emotional reunion with his father. There doesn't
Yeah,
seem like any animosity from his dad's side,
not yet. No.
which is explained just a little bit. Well, his sister's pendant is taken off her, so she's lost
Yes.
that now. So whatever these pendants meant, they're in the hands of their father now.
Yeah, and he takes them for a very awkward family dinner
Yeah,
where
and
they're all just sort of sat.
yeah, and he explains that, do you think that I did not know where my children were the entire time? I've allowed you to have 10 years of your life. You now
Yeah.
got to come back into the family business. So I was kind enough to let you go out and do what you wanted to do for 10 years, but now you're mine.
Yeah, he's like he did
All right,
nothing
duh.
basically.
But he's not
um,
even the fact that he didn't even whatever. This is what we should have known, and I know it's something that's revealed later, but that final mission's never spoke about.
yeah, yeah,
And obviously because he's told Katie he didn't do the mission,
yeah, yeah.
and he has his little reveal later on, and it's not even spoke about. They kind of
No,
embrace like everything's okay.
it's interesting, isn't it? It's never brought up between the family. It's more like just it's all him trying to
Hmm.
like work through it on his own. But yeah, this is where we get the couple of lines from Wenwu saying that he was called the Warrior King or Master Khan or the most dangerous man on earth.
Yeah.
And
But
Katie's scared because she's
but
like, and he's like, "What's your real name, Katie?" It's
yeah.
like a very much like traditionalist family thing.
Oh, 100%. But he also explains away the 10 rings that were involvement with Iron Man, and how that America created the
Yeah,
Mandarin as a way, as a scaremongering tool for Americans, and it wasn't him, and it's not his organization. It was a fabrication. It was fictional, and
Yeah.
the Americans fell for it.
Yeah, yeah. And he's kind of pissed about it. Like you can tell in his voice, he thinks like this was a ridiculous thing to
Yeah.
like masquerade as him. And it's very much the filmmakers getting to do a second pass on this and be like,
Well,
it wasn't real.
and Kevin Feige tried to like steer away from it a little bit, but then, and this is
Mhm.
why they made the Mandarin character that they had with Ben Kingsley into this actor, but
Mhm.
it just couldn't be explained with the other story that they were doing at the time in Iron Man 3 with the extremist,
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
that was going on. So this was the best way to do it was we didn't forget about that part, but this is where we
Mhm.
are. Because Kevin Feige hated it. He hated the fact that the Ten Rings were brought in on Iron
Yeah.
Man. Of all movies, it was Iron Man.
Yeah, basically the first one, because there's like
Hmm.
the people who captured him were 10 rings. But
But
he does say that was legit though. Like he runs, these kind of organizations across the world.
yeah, just this
In
one wasn't his.
yeah, that whole Mandarin thing wasn't in
Mm-mm.
three, but the first people who captured him, I believe, were still part of his like overall
Yeah.
gang.
Well, they had the same symbol that they
The
use in this
tattoo,
one.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Um
definitely.
yeah, the thing is though, at the time, Kevin Feige had such a plan and a vision, but I don't
This
think he
is
was
so
sharing
much
it with anyone.
this is so much later as well when you think
Hmm.
about like how many
Yeah,
years have passed. So
exactly.
good on them for stitching it together in a way that
Yeah.
technically makes sense.
Yeah. I'm not mad at stuff like that.
But now it's like, oh, now we can play with the real characters. We have all our toys now.
Yes.
So we get this like he talks about the legendary city. Is it Talo? Basically,
Talu.
yeah. And it's like so he talks a bit about how they wouldn't let him in, and it basically ended up casting his mother out, and he has a bit of anger just at that whole thing. And now laid on top, he also thinks that they're sort of keeping her soul trapped
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, behind a wall.
Yeah,
Yeah, so Talu is where their mother comes from, and
yeah.
he has made it out to his children that they are not welcome there.
Mm.
That side of the family has decided they're not welcome there, and that means that they cast their mother out, and if they didn't, she would still be alive today. So it's not just it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's not guilt, it's he's like passing the blame kind of thing because
Yeah,
he
and it
he wasn't there. He's trying to shift his own guilt
yeah.
from not being there and put it onto somebody else.
Yeah, and we learn later basically the reason they wouldn't let him in was like you're just too power hungry, mate. You're
Yeah,
you're you've got bad vibes.
your past will always catch up with you.
Yeah,
And they didn't like him,
just
and
can't
they
be
made
trusted with all that magical power.
yeah. It had nothing to do with the kids or his sister or
Yeah.
the wife. But who we do get to meet in this moment, I couldn't remember why he's there for in the first place.
So yeah, just quickly, I think before we do see him put the pendants into the dragon statue, and it shows them a
Mm,
secret map of where they're gonna need to go. But they all basically tell him he's crazy, and he's like, "All right, to hell with you then. I'm gonna go. If they don't let me in, I'm gonna burn that village to the
yeah.
ground, sort of thing." And he puts them in jail, where they meet our comic relief sidekick for a little bit for the rest of the movie.
Yes.
I can't remember
Sir
his
Ben
name.
Kingsley.
I
Trevor
was going to say
Slattery.
Trevor Slattery. So, and he's just like, it's very similar to how Iron Man meets him, where he's just sort of there and
Yeah.
people
He's
walk in on him, and he's like, oh,
he's become I think Katie says he's become like his court jester. So he does
basically.
performances for him.
I think it was because it sounds like they captured him and were going to kill him for impersonating the Mandarin. Then, because he started sort of nervously spouting Shakespeare, they sort of
Like kept
adopted
him.
him as a
Well,
weird prisoner.
doesn't Katie do that in awkward moments when things get a bit too intense? She just
Yeah.
starts singing Hotel California.
Yeah, yeah. So
It's like
relatable for
surprise
her.
people. Yeah, so she kind of got him. But how many times, like Trevor Slattery's accent in this, I believe, was a Scouse,
Well,
but
yeah, but
he spoke Northern. He spoke Geordie at one point.
in Birmingham, I was getting
Mm-hmm.
like he drifted into
I
like Ozzy Osbourne a couple of times.
he changed it so much. But we also meet his adorable sidekick who I wanted one
Yeah.
when I saw this, and I've never been able to find one. Morris.
Yeah, a little fluff ball with four wings, four legs, and no face.
He's called a Hundam.
Mm. And they don't do the whole thing of like, the Flugen where it's revealed he's like horrible, like got a monster mouth in there. No, it's just
Flurkin.
yeah, it's just a fluff ball.
Yeah, he's just a little fluff ball with wings and doesn't have a face, and he gets very upset if you mention the fact that he doesn't have a face.
But he can
Um,
talk also in the mind of trusted
yes,
allies,
he's
apparently.
oh him and his and Trevor's relationship's lovely, and I love the fact that Trevor's there because he is a bit of comic relief. He
Yeah. And
plays
he's
no significant part at all. There's no
not
reason for him to
really,
be here.
but he's a nice guy, helps them out, and
He gets them out.
he's clean now because I think he was addicted to drugs in Iron Man 3. So now he had a happy ending, technically,
Yeah, and it
in a
was nice
really
to see
weird
him.
way.
And it was really nice to see him. It was nice the fact that we are getting this explanation of this
Yeah.
Mandarin character, and then we're going to get to see the actual person who played him and know that he's okay. He's fine.
And they've just closed all the loops, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. But he does help them escape and guides them to, well, Morris guides them to Talu.
Yes, and they do still steal Razor Fist's car, which I feel like is a little bit of a Kill Bill reference. Like stealing the stupid pussy wagon like truck. I feel like it's a little bit of a nod to that.
Oh, that
um,
name alone is just,
I
ugh.
know. But so because Katie was like the valet driver, and she said she like loves NASCAR as well, like earlier in the
Hmm.
film, she gets to drive, and the sort of I like that moment where they're all sat in the car waiting, and they're like, "Oh, you'll tell you when it's the right time to go," and the
I'll
sort of
go.
they're having this like really heart to heart chat, and he's like, "Oh, he says go," and they're like, "What?"
It's the why you become an actor
Yeah,
because of the monkeys.
in Planet of the Apes. He's like,
Because of the
"How
monkeys, and it still blows my mind. These monkeys were not acting. They were just
he wasn't actually riding a horse. He was just pretending
he
to
was just
ride a
pretending.
horse."
He was just acting to pretend to ride a horse.
And he's like, I still don't really understand how it all works.
Everyone sat in the car going, "What?" But he's like totally like knows what he means. Yeah, that was a fun moment. But then yeah, halfway through a conversation, he goes, "Oh yeah, you can go." Because
Yeah.
Talu is this giant forest that has clearly got a lot of protection on it and will stop you
Yes.
if you try to go in it, which doesn't happen in this case because the forest is going to allow them to go through
As long as they stay in the pocket.
the pocket. Yeah, they gotta stay in the pocket.
Yeah, it's like closing behind them and opening in front. So you've got to like if you're not going this one speed and through the right passage, it's just gonna like smash you up
Yeah.
basically with all the bamboo. And yeah, they just about get through, sort of crash through, and then they go through a magic portal and
Hmm.
we're into the magical land. Um,
This
which to me
part reminds me of Iron Fist.
I was gonna
With
say, yeah, like the whole hidden city with a secret
yeah, is
dragon.
it
Kunlun,
Kunlun?
Kunlun,
Uh,
is it like
Kunlun?
Kunlun?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. This part reminded me a lot of Iron Fist because I was like,
they didn't
oh.
have the budget in the Iron Fist show to show anything. It was just like a snowy mountain set. That's all you got to see,
I
and a
don't know
fake
why you keep
dragon.
referencing this fake television
Because
program
I
that didn't
watched
actually
all of
happen.
it. I
It
watched
didn't actually
every
happen.
second of it.
I was so excited for it, and I even got over the fact that it was going to be Loris Tyrell who was playing him, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, okay. I have not got really like a set visual on Danny. That's fine. So I'm okay with this.
He
And then
wears a
when he stopped,
mask.
exactly. So I'm fine with whoever's
Yeah.
going to play him. It's totally cool. But when he, what was that?
Glowing fist, I should have called him. But yeah,
Sparkle fingers.
but this is this is like worlds different. This reveal is like insane with all the crazy animals. It very much reminded me of like World of Warcraft, where you'd have like all the
Mm.
magical critters running around that are all like themed to the land you're in and
Oh
that
my
kind of
God.
thing.
And you get to see Morris's little tribe was there as
Yeah.
well.
They don't let him
What
out the car though. So, which
he
I was
doesn't
a
want
bit
to. He wants to
I
stay with
guess
Trevor.
not.
He gravitates always to Trevor, so I don't think he
Yeah.
would want to go with his tribe. But what I loved was the dogs, the lions, the
Oh
lion, the
yeah, like the
big.
guardian lion things,
I was
yeah.
asking Anthony, I was like, what are they actually called? And I don't know.
No, but they're very much like statues on like shrines and stuff, like those kind of things. They show up a lot in like, video games and the like. But yeah,
I'm
so sorry, yeah.
no,
You're
no, I'm just gonna I'm
looking it up.
finding I have to. Um oh gosh, I can't even pronounce that. Comanu. Komainu or lion dogs.
Yeah.
They are protectors, they are guardians. My mother's garden is a little bit like Pet Cemetery, and her two beloved Shih Tzus are buried in the back garden, and they have two lion dogs or Kominu that sit on top of there
Oh, okay.
where they are to protect them. Yeah, I
It's a good
knew
idea.
it's lovely, but yeah, that garden need to just yeah. I hope to Christ the actual Pet Cemetery, the Stephen King version, never comes true. Uh,
Hey, better is better. But yeah, so like we basically they drive the car, which is very weird looking that they're driving a car into this magical
yes.
land, but nobody really
No,
makes
no
much
one
of
bats an
a
eyelid.
remark about it.
No, but they're asked to leave as soon
It's
as
a
they get in.
it's a semi-frosty reception, shall we say?
Hmm.
Even though they're sort of introduced as like the children, of the mother who used to live there. Um,
Yingli
and
or
it's not until
Yingsu.
yeah, it's not until their auntie, who they've never ever met, comes to sort of like tell everyone to like shut up and be like, what are you all doing, poking
Yeah.
weapons at people who are just
So
coming to visit?
the sister is Yingli
Yeah,
and Michelle Yeoh is Yingnan.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
this is like the first time they're all meeting, and she's very nice, and
Michelle Yeoh.
yeah, she's
I
great.
love this woman so, so much.
She's one of those actors who she's like really good when she's given a good script. They do make her say some silly stuff like right off the bat here, where she's just like, "Oh, the magic dragon." It's,
Yeah.
like it's not the best script at this point, but she does get some really nice moments like as this goes on.
It's when she's kind of having a sparring session with them,
Yes,
and
yeah.
it's just like you forget the physicality of Michelle Yeoh and how because the most recent things I've seen her in is Wicked,
Mhm.
with as Madame Marble,
Again, that's a one where she plays it very like silly, and she's not given much script to work with,
and
but she's
yeah,
good at her part.
she's
But
very good and she's breathtaking to look at, but everything, everywhere, all at once was the
mhm.
game changer for not the game changer because that's not true. I have loved Michelle Yeoh, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon,
Yeah,
Deals, but yeah, that was something where I just went, oh my god, that woman is amazing. She is
yeah,
absolutely breathtaking. Her
yeah.
ability is just stretches everywhere.
And her and Ming Na Wen, from like Agents of Shield, like she's another
Mm.
like they're both legit martial artists, virgin on full blown stunt women. Like
Yes,
they're
these
just
are
both incredible.
bona
Yeah.
fide stunt women who just so happen can have the most amazing acting ability as
D
well. The
Disney's
pair of
lucky
them,
that they were game for the ride, basically.
pretty much. Michelle comes from, and along with Aqua, I can't do it. I can't say her name without
Aquafina.
Aquafina without saying it. They come from the Crazy Rich Asians.
Yes, yeah, I did look up the IMDb a bit.
Yeah, so the production team. of that, I think, were involved in Shang-Chi as well. So this is where
Yeah.
their names get.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Um, so basically, again, there's no waiting around here. They're like, oh, well, clearly we need to train you guys up then, because you're a bit rough around the edges. We can tell, you haven't ever been taught this stuff properly. So come here
Yeah.
and just sort of should teaches Shang-Chi how to like loosen up a bit because he's very like
Yes.
stiff
He's
and
very intense, and his fighting ability is not as smooth or as floaty or as
no.
flowing as them. So when
And
she unleashes his hand.
yeah, and going back to like Bruce Lee parallels, he was very much the like, flow like water type of guy. And it's very much like, you know, the anger needs to go and it's more about
Hmm.
relaxing and let your
Yeah.
angry opponent sort of do himself in, which he does later to his
Yeah.
father, who's all about like anger and power first.
Yeah, he's very vengeful. He's got such a his grief has become something more. It's manifested
Yeah.
into a very angry and bitter person. So he will not be convinced that they are not trying to keep his wife from him.
Yeah.
What Nan explains is that the dweller in the darkness has been
Mm,
impersonating or will impersonate anyone to try and get to coax to get to
yeah.
free them.
And they
So,
say, don't they, as well, like there's been many people who've came, like
yeah.
who've answered that call. And that
Hmm.
obviously we don't get any more details on that, but that would be interesting to know if there's any other like figures from Marvel's past who've like tried to to like bust in here.
But yeah, Iron
Um,
Fist dad has,
I
because he
hadn't heard
was,
about the Dweller in Darkness ever before, but there's a few people in Marvel who have these kind of names, like the one
mm,
above all, the one below
oh
all,
yeah.
and this kind of thing. It's very much when you get to this top level of like almost Lovecraftian old
Mm,
god sort of thing,
yeah.
you get these kind of names start cropping up.
Yeah. I know that reference as well. I've done a
I
lot of
understood that
Lovecraft over the
reference.
I am Captain America. Yeah, I've done a lot of Lovecraft over the last few years, so I kind of
Oh,
now can
cool.
understand that reference.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that fight scene, she explains that well before they start doing this, but
yeah,
it was the release of the hands and to like because he was so clenching. I know that's not
yeah,
how you clench a fist, but that was it. Um, and then she releases it to kind of like and to teach him the floaty aspect of it, but
yeah.
her movements at how old is Michelle Yeoh?
In 2021.
She's 63 now,
Yeah.
and she's
We
moving like wow.
that
She
is
looks
not what
fantastic.
that is not what 6-year-old wrestlers move like. I can tell you that much.
No, she's a year older than my mom.
um and yeah, like they do a little bit of comic book stuff where they're like, this is dragon scale armor. You have now been
Yes,
upgraded to the next power level, everyone.
yes.
Have a
Um,
weapon. Here,
even
Katie. Yeah,
yeah,
you
Katie
you
gets
learn to
trained.
shoot arrows.
Katie gets trained, but not allowed to fight.
Not yeah, like it's interesting because the grouchy man is like the one who tells them to get lost. He's like the leader of the sort of archery people, but there's just this little old woman who's like, "Come on this way," type, like ushering out
Yeah,
around to like learn
yeah.
things.
Um, well,
Very
soon Wenwu arrives with the Ten
yeah.
Rings.
We don't see
And
how he got through or anything. He just is
no, he's just
there.
there. He just arrives. We have to assume that the forest led him. That
Yeah,
it's the inevitable he was going to come through. He was either going to burn it down or he was going to come through.
and like we do get a bit of more of the backstory. Like the night before is when Shang-Chi says that he did actually go through with the
Yeah,
assassination, but because of that it was that guilt that sent him away.
yeah.
So it was like the opposite, really. It was
It's
like it wasn't his
it,
father's thing. It was like him. It was
it
his
was
choice to run
well,
away for
it was
himself.
it was the fact that he said his mother wouldn't recognize him now, and
Yeah.
that's what was eating him up. Because we do get to see his mother's death, and the fact
Yes.
that it was when he was past catching up with him.
Yes.
And he then has he has this crazy notion that if she allowed him to wear the rings, this would never have happened.
Yeah.
She can't. He can't. Again, it's all that guilt, and he's just trying to shift it to somebody else so he doesn't have to carry it himself.
Yeah, and he blames the kids because he's like, "You guys did nothing to try and save her," type of thing. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but remember, this is all because you were such a shit that wouldn't let
Mm-hmm.
you live in the nice magical kingdom.
Exactly. Your actions have consequences. You need to
Yeah,
take some respect. That's the one thing that Wenwu never does. He doesn't take responsibility. This is why I love the complexity of this guy,
yeah,
because he doesn't take responsibility for his actions that he has done. He is 10,000 years old. He actually references to the old man as a young man.
yeah, yeah.
And I
Um,
love that line. He's like, young man, I have lived centuries more than you have.
and Shang-Chi is literally like, I think I'm gonna have to kill him. And then they
Yeah,
just kind of that's his last thing he sort of says on the matter. They do fight early on, and Shang is kind of overpowered and shot into the lake with like the 10 rings.
yeah.
And then we learn his dad can do blast off and can fly effectively
Yeah, these
as long as he can shoot the rings out behind him. It's like,
yeah,
all right, he's got
use
skills.
the use of the rings are multi-purposeful, but
Yeah.
he does get to the other side where the dweller in the darkness is, and he can hear his
Yeah.
wife calling him, and he
Oh
starts
yeah.
banging on, and you can clearly see its skills
Yeah, it's interesting because I'm not sure if that's the water dragon that gifted them the scales that they use for like the
to try
fights and
and
stuff
and
and
then to
blocked him in.
block him in. Yeah, but you can clearly tell that there's skills. Um,
It's a bad gate. You shouldn't break that. You can tell
no,
it's got
no,
vibes.
yeah.
Um,
And it's got aesthetic as well. Like it looks really cool where it
evil, like
is.
an evil
Yeah,
mountain.
yeah. But just leave that where there. And it is out of the way. It's there's a
Nothing.
lake there.
It's like nothing good can come from here.
No, no.
But
But he decides to bang on it.
yeah, and it lets some of the creepy like
They
bat
are.
Cthulhu's out.
My goodness, they are crazy looking. I
Yeah.
like the design work of them. They reminded me something of Alien in a
Yeah.
way. Like
Yeah,
I liked
definitely
it.
like too many soul stealing tentacles, and it's like horrible how they just like snatch people up and then they
Yeah,
like struggle a
because they
bit and
just
then
took
the
our
soul's
souls.
gone.
Yeah,
um
because they're delivering the souls to the dweller in order for him to kind of like feed off her
yeah,
and get out of. But the quickly the 10 rings recognize that, oh shit, like we are done
this
for here.
this sucks. Yeah.
This is terrible. It doesn't take what's his face? Taserface's friend?
Razor fist.
Razor Fist. It doesn't take him long to be like, yeah, we need to join forces.
Yeah, because
Like he
the
was
scary
very quick to move sides.
when the scary masked guy gets like offed by the beast, because like you can't cut them with normal weapons or like come back to
Mm-mm.
shape. You need the dragon weapons.
Yeah, Michelle Yeoh shows that, doesn't she? Like, ha,
Yeah.
this is what you need. So you need to be on our side.
Yep. And to their credit, the no, that's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Um, I love this next bit where Shang is like floating in the water though.
Mm,
And we're getting, some backstory and the sort of the wind, he gets breath from like, the air under there, and it's like, everything's, come on, get back in this fight.
yes.
um,
Yes.
and
It's
we
like
see
nature is
some,
like pulling him into it.
yeah, and we see like some movement in the water, and you're like, oh wait, they've been talking a lot about dragons in this movie. Are we finally gonna see one? And absolutely yes. And
Yes.
it's actually these are my favorite types of dragons. The
Right.
long windy ones, the long
Yes.
movers.
Yes. I am I my the, I'm not a huge like I can't say like I'm a dragon connoisseur, but I
Yeah.
do like the ones in Game of Thrones and
Yeah.
House of the Dragon, but it's a specific like style look that I like,
Hmm.
and this kind of fits it, just like as in shape, size, build, it
Yeah.
kind of like has what I like to look at in a dragon.
Yeah. And like it's great, like visually it's stunning when it comes out because
Mm,
it's all like snaking through the air and everything. Um Also, it's there's a lot of these in the Legend of Zelda, the new ones for the Switch, and you
Mm.
can actually like climb on these things, like, and it's pretty spectacular. So yeah, I'm a big fan. Um, and yeah, Shang and his sister are like, oh, we're just dragon riders now. Like, okay, that's a thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like when you think about it, in this short moment, like this day or whatever, Shang-Chi has seen so much insane stuff that no other Marvel hero like sort of
What
has
about
seen on this level.
what about Katie? She literally has gone from a job where she is being a valet at a hotel to then being thrust into a magical war,
Yeah.
all in the space of a few days.
Yeah. And so yeah, he it's like they do this thing where it's like back and forth, and you're like, oh, okay,
Hmm.
so this is the bad thing that's happened. I totally forgot that he, does more damage to the wall, and that unleashes like the Dweller in Darkness fully,
Hmm.
who is like some kind of, I don't know, like zombie dragon bug thing.
He's some messed up dragon. The design
Yeah,
work on that is pretty spectacular, especially with the running alongside the other dragon. So you've got this
yeah,
beautiful, elegant, creature, and then you've got this kind of messed up version
almost
on the other
alien,
side.
like
Yeah.
death
So
zombie thing.
the contrast helps, especially visually when you are watching
Yeah,
them in like fighting. You can clearly tell the difference between the two.
yeah. And Shang-Chi and his dad sort of have their final fight as well while all this is going on.
And his rings get nicked.
Yeah, it's really cool, isn't it? It's almost like they reject him, like
Yeah,
in
it's
a
yes, it's
way.
like we've had enough of you. Your
Yeah,
time is done, and they kind of they flutingly gravitate towards Shang-Chi,
yeah,
and this is where the color change happens in them.
yeah. But like this fight is insane. Like it's really nicely, like it's all CGI. Like I'm not. We can't say like, oh, it's a full on like martial arts fight, because there's a lot of magical stuff going on.
Well,
But
you've
it
got to
looks great. This is like what you can do with CGI to make a fight more
well,
spectacular.
yeah, and there's a lot it'll be a lot of motion capture as well. So the
Yeah,
actor is going to be behind it. Like I said,
yeah,
everyone was fully trained in every level of martial arts that they did for this because they incorporated so many versions. It wasn't all the same style.
yeah.
So, the Ten Rings organization didn't have the same style as Shang-Chi, where Shang-Chi to his dad was different to his sister. Do you know what I mean? It kind of goes
And then
down the
his
line.
then his mother,
His
his like her
mother,
style gets added into his, so you've got like a
yes.
mixture of
So
everyone.
he incorporates, but he'll probably incorporate part of his dad's, part of his own, part of his mother's, and
Yeah,
have this like one for him. It's breathtaking to watch, but the fact that even if it is motion capture CGI, who cares? You are getting this epic, amazing
yeah,
fight between father and son. Like I said, I think Wenwu is one of the most complex, brilliant villains that Marvel has had for quite some time. Like outside of a cosmic, wanting a
yeah.
gauntlet kind of thing.
And he only gets
Um,
one movie to impress us, and he does that.
exactly, and he has a lot on his shoulders. He's got a lot of
Yeah,
explaining to do. This organization has been there since day one, and then you
yeah,
have the leader in front of you who is so conflicted. He was the bad guy. He tried not to be, but then, life gave him lemons and he decided to go back to being a bad guy again.
but
The
yeah,
complexity is brilliant because even when what I mentioned earlier about his son, um, when he meets his son after like their little mini reunion and they have that embrace, there's nothing mentioned about the assassin. It's because he did it.
yeah, true.
So
And his dad knew
and
where he
he would have
was the whole time.
exactly.
Yeah. um, and it's yeah, it's a really good fight, and like you say, it's basically everything good about CGI. If you want to
Mm-hmm.
do it like to this level and
Mm-hmm.
make a spectacle out of it.
Yeah, if you can do it where it's practical, great. But if it's gonna
Yeah,
enhance, if it's gonna be enhancing, and you're gonna need it anyway, and you're using it for
yeah.
fucking dragons, use it.
But I love as well how this sort of, I mean, I don't like how he dies, I guess, but how their one-on-one fight ends is like
It's pretty cool.
but he almost does the same move that his mother was doing, where she like caught all of the rings into like a ball and
Uh-huh.
threw it back at him. but
Mm-hmm.
he just like casts them onto the floor, and he's just like, "It, I don't need the rings."
No, I can beat you one on one. I don't
Yeah,
need this cosmic. I don't need this whatever they are.
he's like,
Um,
"Dad, just stop it, all right? Look at the mess you've made, basically." And he does kind of realize, like, "Oh, I fucked up. Like, my
yes,
wife's not here." And then he gets taken by the dweller.
yeah, because the dweller's like, well, you promised me X, Y, and Z, and
I'm gonna have your
mm,
soul now.
pretty
Sorry.
much. Yeah, he has that moment of, oh shit. This could have gone a hell of a lot different. This is why I mean it. Wenwu is so complex but so brilliant. He's such
Yeah.
a great character to look at.
Yeah, because you could see a version of this movie where he goes insane and won't listen to reason, and it's
But he
not
does,
that. It's
no,
like it's just he's like, oh, I need to do this sort of thing. Like
he needs to
it's the
blame.
only thing left.
Because he needs to blame someone other than himself to
Yeah.
what actually happened, this tragedy that happened, and he just simply can't accept it. He can't accept he is the reason his wife is no longer here. So I'm going to blame everyone else that I possibly can. And then this dweller in darkness manages to hone in on that to get
Mm.
him to, plays on his vulnerability. Honestly, I could do a whole episode just on Wenwu because I remember when I watched it and I had a conversation with a past member of
Yeah.
Nerdy Up North, and we went on for hours talking, but it was just about Wenwu.
Yeah, and it's like the great thing about it is he doesn't give the whole like it's just not very cliche. Like we get
Mm-hmm.
everything in the visuals because his face as well. Like at times he looks so pathetic and
Yeah,
small, really. And
yeah.
yet when he's about to die, he passes on the 10 rings.
I mean, they were already with them anyway, so you know.
Yeah, but he does the whole like offering and the fly off type of thing. So it's
I guess
even if it's
it's
symbolic.
ceremonial. Yeah,
Yeah,
ceremonial.
but yeah, again, unfortunately, Marvel kills the complex baddie, so they
So
can never
sad.
come back again.
No, so sad. But Katie did get her moment. She wasn't allowed in the battle to start with, and then
Mm.
later on, she's like, "I'm helping my friends," and the older guy or younger guy, is when we called him, just says, "Don't die."
Yeah,
And
and he gets
she
killed.
takes the.
Unfortunately,
She does,
gets
but
taken away.
she slays the dweller.
Yeah, she basically gets the kill shot because there's this whole thing of like, which they don't mention until it's about to happen, where they're like, "Oh shit, if he gets the dragon's soul, we're
Mm-hmm.
all boned forever because he'll be able to take over the whole world." And we're like, "Uh-oh." And he's almost like taken the dragon's soul out. You can see it like moving up the sort of
Yeah,
snake-like body.
and
And then
it's
yeah,
Katie's.
Katie.
It's Katie's moment.
Yeah.
She's got this whole thing about not being able to commit,
And not
as
taking
in
shots. Yeah.
yeah, and not taking shots. So she fully commits to the moment and she takes the shot and she gets it.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that she's like, I just heard my mother shouting, "Shoot, you mook!"
Yeah, yeah. And then Shang-Chi, as it's described later on, does this crazy Kamehameha wave.
hmm
So that tells me that Goku exists in the MCU.
Oh, okay. He
Uh,
doesn't.
that's his move, though. How did Katie know about that move? That's Goku's signature move. Um,
She watches a lot of
he's a
anime.
yeah, he's a okay. He's a Goku is a TV character in the MCU, but he exists. People know about him. And yeah, he does this like crazy dive thing and just explodes the dweller. He like shoots the rings inside of him, and then they all like spin around and just
Yeah,
blow him up from the inside, and you love to see
he's
it.
gone. And he's gone. And they have this most beautiful ceremony to honor their people who
Yes,
they have lost.
with the flying lanterns,
And
which is yeah,
I love the fact that he says goodbye to his father and she says goodbye to her mother. I don't think she
yeah.
ever, like, regardless, I think she has such a lot of resentment for him. Like, even if
Mhm.
what has happened, that's still gonna be there.
Yeah. And it's interesting because in a lesser movie, some of these goodies would come back to life. Like the souls would get returned to them. But
Yeah.
in this, they're like, nope, people, the ones who died in the battle, are staying dead, and we're gonna do the funeral rites now. And
Yeah.
it's like, huh, didn't expect that from a Marvel film. Normally the souls would float back into the body, sort of
No,
thing.
I'm pleased because there's a lot of things where they discredit and just discredit what you've just been through in order to just bring them back. Like,
Yeah.
how many times did
Exactly. Yeah.
Wolverine die in comics? And you had to go through that mourning period of, oh my God, he's dead. And it's like, oh shit, he's back.
Yeah. I was just over here for a bit. Now my
Yeah.
skeleton's back.
Yeah. Yeah. So I like the fact that they're gone, not
Yeah.
forgotten. Um, and Shang-Chi and Katie just go straight back to their life.
Yeah, we basically go back to the restaurant with the same two friends, but they're like retelling this story now, and she's like, "What?"
hmm it's the whole we lost a good people, and it's where she puts a hand on him and like yeah, so they're telling this like wild story to their friends who and she's like, are you doing this to take the piss out of us? Because I said that yous were not go-getters and you
Yeah,
didn't
because
grow up.
remember this was only like 3 days ago, I think.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot's happened, and then all of a sudden the portal opens and the Sorcerer Supreme himself
Mhm.
comes booling out of it. Wong.
Yeah. And he kind of gives us a little bit of a when you took over the 10 rings, we felt that.
Yeah.
Like what does he say actually in is it Kumatao, that one where they hang out?
Commentage.
Kumatage, yeah.
So they walk through at the end of the movie. They walk through the portal, and I love the fact that they're just standing there looking, and then
Like,
the
oh, we
movie
gotta go.
closes, and then the
Yeah.
movie closes, and the first mid credit scene is Wong mentioning that when Shang-Chi got the rings,
Yeah.
Commentage felt it, but also other people felt it because there's two other people in the room with them,
Oh yeah.
Bruce Banner and Carol Danvers.
And they've got like this like pull apart model. I'm not sure if it's magic. Like, is it
It's
Wong doing that?
so much. I think it
Yeah.
is because it's how the Ancient One explained the whatever like she pulls things to pieces.
Yeah,
So
like all
he
the
kind of
glyphs and stuff. Yeah,
yeah,
like
he did the same and he kind of like pulls it apart to where there's like this beacon and they don't know what it is. With inside of the
mhm.
rings there is this tiny little beep 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 in gold that
and
is
yeah, and Carol's like, "Oh, it's not no alien thing I've ever seen," which is like
yeah,
it could be ancient. And then
and then she's
think
gone.
I think Bruce does say like, "Oh yeah, if we like something date this, it's like like more than thousands of years old, sort
And
of
they were like,
thing.
how old was your father? And he was like, 10,
At
10,
least 1,000,
at least
yeah."
1,000 years old. Yes, but then Carol does a disappearing act. It's like, Bruce has got my number. And he's like, I don't have her number. And this is very confusing because, like I said earlier, I don't
Yeah,
think they know what they're doing with Bruce at this point. Because we saw him as Professor Banner and then, or Professor Bruce or Professor Hulk. That's it, Professor Hulk. And
yeah, because
now he's Bruce.
there was never any indication that he after he did the snap that he went back to normal or anything.
No,
And it's like,
because he
okay,
sends
so
Cat back as Professor Hulk.
yeah, exactly. So there was never any indication he was going to knock that on the head, but now he's
No,
got like white hair and stuff as
yeah,
well.
and he's Bruce. He's fully human Bruce, but then in She-Hulk, he's not. So
Yeah, you're right.
I
He's back to
yeah,
being Hulk full
so
time.
I don't know if they know what they actually are gonna, I don't know. I don't, honestly, when it comes to Bruce, the Hulk, that character itself, Marvel haven't got a clue.
No, they've even
But
revealed his son for some reason, and I'm like, why did you bother with that?
why?
Come on
Why?
now.
Just leave him. You can't do nothing with him.
Sakar,
Um,
really now?
yeah, yeah. So yeah, the basically Wong tells them that their lives are forever going to be
Yeah.
changed. He's the hard work starts now. Doesn't tell them what is going on, what is happening, what this means about the rings. We know absolutely jack shit. We know just as much as what has been said in that conversation. And then they're like, we could go home and rest, or
The Hotel California.
they take Wong to a karaoke bar,
Yeah.
and that part of the movie ends.
Wong knows how to party.
Wong
That's what
does
we've
know how to
learned.
party.
But I don't know because they've definitely hasn't Shang-Chi showed up as a hologram in a different in related to Ms. Marvel at some point.
I can't remember.
Because I think her bangles and the 10 rings seem to be like linked in some weird way where they're
I've
sort of
I wouldn't be surprised that kind of
yeah,
cosmic energy, but it's I don't. What worries me
yeah,
is obviously we are. we Kamala Khan has her origin change. She is not inhuman,
Yeah,
she is mutant. I don't know if they're gonna incorporate an inhuman element within their energy,
yeah.
within their power sources.
Because it's definitely like obviously we've dabbled in magic occasionally to this point. We
Hmm.
haven't had one division yet, but like we're gonna start seeing witchcraft dropped in, which
Yeah,
but that's very much like, borrowed from a book, like, demonic power sort of, through a magic book.
yeah.
The people of this magic dragon city are very much like they have some kind of vague power set that's never really explained. And it's like, could you explain the extra martial arts prowess as sort of inhuman tendencies? I don't know,
I
but
don't know, and maybe it was just a far reach for me, because
and
I'm
also like
desperate for the Inhumans to be in here somewhere.
mutant Kamala doesn't totally make sense either if her powers come from the bangle. It's they've kind of like crossed the streams a bit on this stuff, and we're
They
not we're
have,
not sure what they're doing.
especially with Kamala. I understand if the inhuman side of things is difficult, and if you really want to bring her in,
Yeah.
especially if we're going to be going down a Young Avengers route, I can understand the inhuman side being slightly difficult. However, um, the abilities that she has as an inhuman is so actually more better than what
Mhm.
they are as this mutant version of her, which could have been really fascinating to see on screen. Don't get us wrong, I love the fact that she can, it's crystallized enlargement of,
Yeah.
but she actually could do it to herself in the
Yeah.
comics. Like, she was stretchy, she was big, she was
Yeah.
everywhere.
Like Luffy.
Yes, pretty
But
much.
yeah, and also they've sent Rambo to the X-Men universe at the end of that Marvels one. And I'm just like, what are you guys doing
What are you
with
doing?
this side of things?
But that's not for a while. We do actually have a post credit scene in this movie
Yes.
where his sister Ling Ling becomes the new leader of the Ten Rings.
Yeah, and not much is sort of elaborated on here apart from she's brought in some lady fighters.
Yes,
Like she's
she's
diversified the army, the ninja
exactly
army.
something that her father didn't do. She is
Yeah.
training women alongside men. Shang-Chi believes that she is disbanding the Ten Rings. She
Yep.
hasn't. She's just basically taken over. His She is very much her father's daughter.
And we literally get on screen the 10 rings will return, as they
And
sometimes do for
and when
Spider-Man and
and
stuff.
when the movie finished, Ant went, "When?"
Yeah. Yeah, the Pulp Fiction waiting around meme.
Yeah. So I've got the symbols of the Ten Rings.
Oh,
You want
yeah.
to know them? Quan, which is authority. Li, which is power. Xian, which is strong. Wei, which is extraordinary. Ji, which is outstanding. Shi, which is influential. Hong, which is grand. Zeon, which is mighty. Kuyon, which is strength. And Hui, which is dominant. I apologize to any Asian member of the Nerdy Up North community listening who can actually speak Chinese. I apologize sincerely for my pronunciation of them words. I tried.
No, you did great. It's interesting that it has all of this like lore and stuff that, like I say, it's been mostly a, a secret to me. Like I've literally until this movie was announced had never heard of Shang-Chi. Had heard of Iron Fist and
Yeah,
some of the elements that come along with him, but not at all. But I love this movie. Like I say, it's very memorable visually.
yeah,
And it holds up. Like, for being a pandemic era movie, which
yeah.
is a
It
weird
got
time.
93% on Rotten Tomatoes. And
I've
I know
never heard
we,
anyone say anything bad about it, to be
nah,
honest. Like,
I love this. I do. I've only seen it once, and that's when it came out.
yeah.
And it was for no other reason than I have so much things to watch. But I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. Like I say, Wenwu is an amazing character.
Mm.
Shang-Chi is like it was what I was craving for when Iron Fist came out, and I didn't get that, and I kind of got that with Shang-Chi, even though they are
Yeah.
two very different characters, two very similar, no, different, no. Shang-Chi's origin is very much like a Spider-Man Batman kind of
Yeah.
um origin. I don't think I can't God, I don't
I
think
think
Danny
like
Rand's is.
I mean, in the show, it was like he had an evil family, but it was like he was adopted into the evil family sort of thing.
His father went
Yeah,
missing. If I remember rightly, Danny's father went missing when they were looking for Kun
Mhm.
Lao. Um,
That's the guy from Mortal Kombat. Sorry.
Kun Kunlin,
Yeah,
Kunlun. Yeah, I'm sure he went missing. It was Wendell. His dad was called Wendell, and I'm sure he went missing when he was going to find it, and then this family kind of took him in. I think that's what it was. It's been
yeah.
a long
He
time since I've
gets
read
like
Iron Fist.
he gets like left with the monks, and then he returns to like New York, and yeah, criminal underworld, Iron
I've
Fist,
Yeah, it's been honestly,
yellow.
it's been such a long time that
Yeah.
I've read
The o-
Iron
the
Fist.
only the only nice memories I have of the sort of Netflix verse um was a little bit of Daredevil, but that went on too long for my liking.
Well,
Outstayed its welcome. Um, I loved Luke Cage. I thought that was pretty
I
excellent.
loved Luke Cage. I
Yep.
thoroughly enjoyed the guy who played him.
Hmm.
Very much kind of like was the Luke Cage that I remembered. Um, Also Cottonmouth.
Yeah.
What was he called? What's he called? Blade.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta think of his name.
But yeah, he's
Why?
excellent. And if you're sad about Blade not coming out, just go and watch him in that. He is technically in Marvel.
Oh,
Um,
Makushla Ali. Oh my God, that would have
yes,
done my head in.
but
Sorry.
Jessica Jones was fun, really good bad guy, but it kind of lost its way a bit after the Purple Man stuff.
They need more. We need more Pebble Man because he was. If he's talking scary level of character, like villain,
Yeah,
he's it. He's
I
absolutely terrifying.
think they killed him. But his mind power stuff is so weird. You could probably make him come back in some
Yeah.
fashion.
Someone who I follow on Instagram, TikTok, she's a writer for Marvel, Stephanie Phillips, has literally just landed. I wanted to make sure I got her name right. Has literally just landed Daredevil. So there will be a
Ooh,
new Daredevil series coming out in March 2026. I am super duper happy for Stephanie. I've been following her for such a long time. She's a
yeah,
fantastic comic book writer. Has done it independently, worked for Marvel, worked for DC, and she got the pitch of a lifetime
that's a big
and
get.
pitched Daredevil. So I am so happy and can't wait for that series. I am a huge Daredevil fan. Comic book
Amazing.
Daredevil.
I'm just thinking, because we finished slightly early. Do we have any Marvel news to pick up on from recent
We
weeks?
potentially have a trailer coming out
Yes,
for
with Avatar, my favorite movie. If anyone
can't
doesn't
believe
know, I'm
he
a big Avatar
he
stan.
really is.
An action movie where the main character is called Jake. What's not to love?
Representation matters.
It you know why it's everyone's jealous because the Navi ladies all say they love Jake, and the Avatar fans are just jealous they can't hear that in her voice.
There's absolutely zero Marvel news,
It's
apart
just
from
rumor at this point, isn't it? There was
yeah,
I heard a rumor.
yeah, Sadie Sink from Max from Stranger Things has been signed to a secret role within the MCU.
Yeah.
Um,
I saw some really dumb thing where it was like, here are all the fight scenes from Doomsday. they were like it's gonna be Doctor Strange versus Nightcrawler. Like it was like I only read
Nice.
that first one and just swiped it away because I'm like, one, if it turns out to be true, I don't want to read what all of the fights are like
Yeah,
before I see them.
yeah,
And two, that's just a really stupid thing to get excited about, like
yeah.
as if it's like a wrestling pay-per-view or something.
Absolutely insane.
So I'm
Um,
sorry if I've spoiled that for you. Nightcrawler and Doctor Strange have a fight. I in my gut says Nightcrawler is going to be like a 2-second cameo in the movie.
I have no expectation and no thought on what is going to happen in Doomsday. I am here for
We've
the
not
ride.
seen out. That's why there's
Nothing.
no
Seen absolutely
information.
nothing. And I don't want to see set pics. I don't want to see concept art. I'm happy to watch a trailer, and because I
Yeah.
know, trailers are a great conversation starter of what,
Oh yeah.
what could happen, what could see. Oh, but I don't want to genuinely see set pictures. I'm sick of it. It's getting beyond ridiculous. You are ruining the moment.
Feige will kill you if you take a picture on his set.
I don't blame him. I really don't. It must have been so hard for Ryan Reynolds and I hate to say that about Ryan Reynolds, and when he was doing Deadpool and Wolverine, trying to keep things
Yeah.
secret. Like, we are trying to surprise you. Stop ruining it.
But I want to see yellow Wolverine.
But I
Um,
wanna say
we have got plans in place to do a trailer reaction. Unless I've been to see Avatar 3
you're still
on
gonna do a
my
trailer
own to
reaction.
watch the trailer. And I might have seen it already, but Sammy will do a reaction. An
But
honest
that's what
reaction.
I used to do. I used to do trailer reactions.
But yeah,
Um
we're gearing up to the fun period for Marvel. Once trailers drops, we're off to the races as far as
Yeah, and this is where
movie
the
goes.
theories can come in and the conversations can happen and we can
Yeah,
start getting on that hype train. But for now, that was
let's
Shang-Chi.
let's get off the hype train.
Come on.
The hype train is gonna crash in, into an eternal
Oh no.
damnation. um,
No, yeah, we are. We're going into the Eternals next. I, for one, can't wait. I love this movie. Um, a lot of people didn't.
yeah.
I don't understand why. But I'm gonna find out.
Yeah, if it look, maybe I'll change my mind completely, but next time might be might be me and Sammy
Imagine. But imagine if the
disagreeing.
tables turns though. You end
When
up
you
loving it and
hate
I
it,
end up hating it. I've read the Eternals beforehand, like
I'm
before I'd seen the
sure.
movie, and I've
I'm
read
sure the
after.
comic books are great.
Yeah,
But
I've got a really good one. I've got a not written by the greatest not written by the greatest
yeah,
writer, but I have a really good solid Eternal book that I'm more than happy to lend if you ever are interested. It's a big, massive, like, graphic novel.
yeah, but yeah. So we'll see, we'll see how that holds up in
I think it's going to be
the
fantastic. I'm
year of
looking
our
forward to
Lord
it.
2025.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
but it's gonna be a sedate. Let's fucking go at the
Let,
moment. But I could be proved wrong.
well, mine's going to be a let's fucking go.
I'm glad you're excited, but goodbye, everyone.
Bye bye.